Okay, in this video I'm going to move from this start of injection selection map to look for the start of injection limiter. Now again, as usual, it's probably simpler to look for it in 2D view. So there's our selector buried in there. So let's jump forward. Oh, we didn't have to jump very far, did we? That looks suspiciously like that might well be the limiter. The 11 by 14 is a fairly common size for the limiter. There wasn't anything before that could have been it. Let's just jump forward again. No, there's nothing obvious down there. So we'll jump back to there. So we'll take a guess that that's what that one is. So I'll double click on that one. Let's have a look. Well, it does look like it might be the limiter. This looks like revs per minute, doesn't it? So we'll put in there engine speed and revs per minute. Just accept that, and then now these, again, as I said earlier, you can usually spot temperatures, especially with the number 2731, because that may well be 273.1, so they could be temperatures. So we'll put in there temperature. I'll just put a C because I can't be bothered to look for a degree sign. So we'll have 0.1 in there, and then our 2731 will become 273.1, and then we'll minus 273.1 because we want to change Kelvin into centigrade. We'll go for 1 decimal point, I think, then we'll click OK. Let's have a look. Yep, those look perfectly sensible. Excuse me. Now that looks like what's happening here then is that we've got various limitations until we get to a warm engine, which is being taken at 79 degrees, and then we won't be limited anymore. It's not unusual to find that these have got some limitations and then suddenly becomes 79 and all of the results are 79. You even find some files where all of these temperatures are the same temperature and it's just basically not got a graph or a map of variable temperatures, it's just got one setting. So don't be too surprised if you find something that looks different. Right, now what have we got in here? This looks suspiciously like it's going to be crankshaft angle, doesn't it? So we've got start of, no, let's just call it, fit in with the rest, SOI limiter. So start of injection limiter, we'll do it that way. Crankshaft angle, and if we've got that correct, that would be 0.023437, won't it? And we might want a couple of points after the decimal point. Okay, now to make sure that we're in the right region, in other words, to make sure the numbers do seem sensible, let's have a look. Well, it looks like we're being limited at around about 28. And if I remember rightly, SOI 9, let's jump and have a look, is got a peak of 27, does that look like? And that would be our hot map. So there's our hot SOI map, and it's stopping at 27 anyway, and the limiter has been set at 28. So in other words, there will be no limitation other than if we try to do some form of remapping and change start of injection, because if we try to change start of injection, we are going to be hit by the fact that the limiter is going to cut in if we try to go above 28. So we would then have to change the limiter as well. So there we are then, we've got everything pretty much to do with start of injection. We've got start of injection maps, we've got a selector for those maps, and now we've got the limiter for that. Now if this was an EDC 15, that would pretty much be the end of it, but with EDC 16s a lot of changes were introduced that were not so much changes but extras on top of the basic EDC 15. So we've got various other bits and bobs buried in here that I may come back to have a look at later. In particular, we've got a map there which is very much like start of injection, and another one there and another one there. So it looks like we've got 3 extra start of injection maps after the original 9, so that's a difference. There's another one there, so that could be 4 extra start of injection maps after the original 9. And then down here we've got what could be one map, or it could be several maps. It looks to me like it might well be 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 maps buried in there. So at some point in the future I may well come back and have a look at some of those to give people more pointers to some of the other maps that are involved in this, because as I say, the EDC16s with the PD injection system have a little bit more information collected and used as far as start of injection is concerned. Okay, but for now I shall stop there.